Hi there. I recently got a request for the tabs for my arrangement of Someone You Loved, and I don't do tabs of covers for copyright reasons. So instead, here's another tutorial video. Here is how I play it, note by note. You can have a capo on the first fret if you want it in the key of the recording, but I play it open. There's a whole load of harmonics which ring better without that capo on. So I'm starting on the D string, fret 10, G string, fret 12, and E string, fret 12. Just those three strings, thumb on the D, index finger and ring finger on the treble strings. And I'm just pulling out this pattern. Okay, and then I shift that shape all up a string, so I'm now on the 10th of the A, 12th of the D, 12th of the B, but this time I bring the open G in as well. Okay, that's like a C shape down here, or a kind of A7 shape. So that's up at fret 10. Then I slide up 2 frets, but I go into a minor shape. So that is 12 on the A, 14 on the D, and 13 on the B. And I've still got that open G in there. Okay, so from the top, we've got the 3 strings starting on the D, 10th fret. Shift it up and add the open G. 2 frets higher into that minor shape. And now I come back down to the same shape as I had at fret 10, but I'm going to bring it down to fret 8. And I'm going to switch fingers. I'm not going to use that third finger and little finger. I'll show you why in a second. Instead, I'm going to use my second and third finger. Okay, same shape as we had here, but with different fingers. And the reason for that is I want to get this harmonic on fret 12 of the G. Okay, with my little finger. So I don't want to be doing this. That just cuts off the note on the B string. You could, if you didn't like this version of it, stick to the original version and do the harmonic with your plucking hand, your right hand. But I prefer that shape and little finger free. And then we're into the first verse. I've got a C shape here without the first finger, so it's a C major 7, I guess. That's really only because I don't need that string. So I'm just using the A, D, and the G strings. Okay, listen again. Now into 2nd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the G. And there's a hammer onto the 2nd fret of the D, and then it comes off. So again from the C shape, there's the open B in there. Okay, then hammer on the 2nd fret of the D and off. And then I come across to fret 5 of the E, fret 5 of the D. And that's kind of the same chord I just had, but by doing this I can use 4 strings. So I've got the open A and the open G in there. Just gives it a bit more texture. Over to those 4 strings, and then down to an F add 9. So I've got a power chord on fret 1 and the open G. And these 3 fingers are often staying together and my thumb is independent. Okay, so that happens a lot in this song, this C shape. Kind of G first inversion. And then this A minor shape. And the F add 9 happens again. Now you bring the melody out on the open G. 2, 0. Okay? And then you're sliding up on the B string from 3 to 5 and the bass C on the 3rd fret of the A. Got the open G in there as well. I do that slide, get the 3rd fret on, and then I actually change fingers to get to the next bet. And I leave that little finger on fret 5. Bring it down to 3, 2nd fret of the A. So I've got the open G there. And that 3rd fret of the B still, and now the open A. So from that slide, and then I slide back up, but I bring the open E in as well, just to give it a bit more texture. Hammer on the 2nd fret of the G, and here's a kind of F add 9 again, but now on the treble strings, so 3rd fret of the D, open G, 1st fret of the B. So from the first F add 9, slide, slide back down, and into that F add 9 on the higher strings. Same again. And now I just use the open E, the slide from 3 to 5 on the B, and the open G. And that can be fairly loose. I'm almost strumming that really. Open A, back down to the 3, and a little slide from 4 to 3 on the B. 1, hammer off from 1 to 3, and into that F add 9 shape again. So and flatten the 1st finger to get the 1st fret of the E. Okay, so that section again, I'm going to go from the first F add 9. On the 1st fret of the E and lift that off. Now we're into the chorus. So that's a C shape again, not bothering with the middle finger there. Flatten the 1st finger to get the F on the E string. 2nd fret of the A and the same thing. Now the open A, 3rd fret of the E, and this F add 9 again. So you keep having this same shape on the treble strings. Open G, 1st of the B, open G, flatten that 1st finger to get the C and the F, and then lift it, so you've still got the C on the B string, but you've got the open E. Okay? And you just add the bass line, so C, 2nd fret of the A, open A, 3rd fret of the E, and this F add 9. Do it again. Okay, so you're getting into the next part of the chorus, the melody comes down. 1, 1, 0, 3 on the B. And another slide from 3 to 5 on the B. Okay, similar to just before the chorus, but this time I'd add a little tap in, which isn't part of the melody, but it's just what I do. Okay, and I just finish that chorus with an open G, 3rd fret of the D, 1st fret of the B, and then we're back to the verse. Identical to before. Just slowed it down a fraction. Slide. Into the chorus. I hammer on to that 3rd fret there, so beginning of the chorus, hammer on with the little finger to 3rd fret of the B, 3rd fret of the E, and now into the middle section. So you want to move up to fret 5 on the E, B and G strings, the treble strings, and bar those 3, and get fret 6 on the B. So that's like a D shape, but barred instead of that diamond shape, or that triangle shape I should say. That's up at fret 5. And again, it can be a bit messy. You don't have to worry too much about what your pattern is with your right hand. Just something that brings out the melody on those chord shapes. Open A in the bass, and now 3, 5, 5. 3 on the E, 5 on the B, 5 on the G. And what I do there is I use this middle finger to block the D string so that the open D doesn't keep ringing. And there, that middle finger has just blocked the D string. Open E, but keep fret 5 on the B and the G. And then down to a G chord. Okay, so that's a G chord. I'm pressing the 3rd fret of the B just to get the melody note. And then I do something in 6ths where I've got open G and open E, 2nd on the G, 1st on the E, open again, and I'm sometimes hitting the E string in between that. And I do a little slide from 3 to 4 on the B and back. Just a little flick with that little finger. So from fret 5, and the open B works in there. Shouldn't, but it does. And I think sometimes I add the F in on the D string as well, so then I switch to my middle finger here on the 3rd fret of the E so that I can do 3rd fret of the D and 3rd fret of the B, and then the little flick on the B string, 3, 4, 3, 1. So from that G chord, okay, so I end with G, F on the 3rd fret of the D, open G, and 1st fret of the B. Nice crunchy chord. And then I do that all again. And this time I just come up on the A string, and then it's back into the chorus, but this time I do it with harmonics. So I've got the bass note as normal, C, and then I'm playing the melody here, just as before, but I am fretting with my index finger 12 frets higher than the note in my left hand. So the open G becomes 12th, the first fret on the B becomes the 13th fret on the B, 13 on the E, 12 on the E. Okay, so I'm just picking out the harmonic 12 frets higher than the melody note here. So that's all harmonics. B on the A string, 2nd fret. And I come down to the 3rd fret there, which means the 15th fret here. Open A. So again, that's the 3rd of the E and fret on the 15th here for that harmonic. So it's the same as the chorus before, but this time a little simplified, and then those harmonics. Okay, so if I go from the beginning of that harmonics, from that beginning of that chorus, the first one isn't harmonics. Now the chorus. Then I do the normal slide. And then back to a normal chorus. And then it does the chorus again, but just the second half of it. And there, I again do that little flick on the B string, 3, 4, 3, pull off to fret 1, and then just finish on a C chord with a little hammer on to the 2nd fret of the D. Okay, so I'm going to play from the harmonics again. Just watch my thumb pattern here on the chorus. I do 2 hits, little gap, and then a 3rd hit. Okay, I hope I've explained that in enough detail. Go back over that video if you need to and pause it on bits. Hopefully you can see my 2 hand positions clearly enough to get through that. Please leave comments or message me if you're not sure about anything, and I can explain it even further. Good luck with it.